What is going on, guys, and welcome back to yet another video in Dislyte XRS Radio. Before we begin, yes, this took several days to actually get around to because I was busy with some other situations. For example, I was busy with patch notes. I was also busy with the live stream on the December 31st. Not only that, it got copyrighted, by the way. Here's a picture, by the way, of said situation, but enough clowning around. So, that happened. I'll talk more about it in the actual video, not this video, the next episode of World Zero I do, which I'm hoping to do Thursday. Like I said, hoping. I'm not 100% sure it's going to be actually happening, because if you guys have seen my schedule, there's been this, there's been other things. Not only that, my parents are still, well, my mom is still around in the house because A, it's a public holiday, and B, I think she goes back to work next week. I mean, we'll have a week of freedom for a week. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway. So, in the last episode of Dislyte Truth Unveiled, we know what joke's going to be sitting right here. If you guys don't understand what that joke is, well, congratulations. That joke was a joke I did in Metopia. Every time I opened up a trap chest, me editing would put in General Akbar saying, "It's a trap!" Literally that. And, well, as you guys can guess, we're finally jumping into Chapter 3. The long-awaited Chapter 3. I've been busy, okay? Not only that, I've also recorded another video today that is of me taking on the Dispelling Tyrant, as I like to nickname it. By the way, it's Yun Xuan again. And, yeah, anyway. This episode, we're escaping Never Jail, and you might be surprised about a little something at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and see how things go. Wait a sec, before I go saying that, you might be noticing a little difference for those who have actually watched the last episode. You might notice my level in the game is a little bit different to what it is in this episode. I will explain more later at the end of the video. The only thing I will say is I've been grinding. I'll explain the rest at the end, just so I can make things easier on myself. Anyway, to the video. Run it.
use our powers to help others.
What do you think of this? the way. Walk the
Use our powers to help others.
Rebel has my power! What do you think of this?
Use our powers to help others.
nether jail was converted from a last century underground air raid shelter. The inside is like a maze. This passageway will lead to the oversea cliffs.
But Master, you could have easily escaped all those years ago.
Why?
He asked the same thing back then.
Why?
If I choose to leave now, the truth will be revealed. Then me taking the blame would be pointless. Li Xiao, I already made my choice that day. I've never regretted it.
But I do! It wasn't my choice. It was yours! What you said before. I will be haunted by guilt for the rest of my life. Unable to escape it.
Then just live with it. Didn't you want to know why I did it? Then promise me one thing. Become someone powerful. And change Changtun. That is something only you can do. That's why I want you to live.
But Li Xiao betrayed you.
Indeed. But at the same time, during all these years, he fulfilled the promise he made. That is enough. Even now, I don't regret what happened.
Now you know this is what rage can do. I'm on a mission, I will never let them get it confused. They call me Ollie, yeah, I got them better follow the rules. See, I'ma show them how it's done, cause I ain't come here to lose, yeah. Always conscious, but it's useless if I do not use it. Make a difference. Make the way. I never thought the great death would come and take such a toll. When my parents had to do it, had to take the control back.
Finally.
Why?
For many years, I've lived in fear and guilt. I've tried to make amends, to be a good person. However, I couldn't escape that nightmarish day. A moment of weakness on my part meant that I had no choice but to continue down this path. I almost killed someone innocent because of my fear of being found out. I finally felt relief until you defeated me just now. I really envy you Chuan. I've always wondered if I could be like you, if I was brave and didn't run away that time, how things would have turned out. If it were me, would I be able to rise from the depths and return as a hero like you? Unfortunately, there are no more ifs. Kill me. Thank you.
You want a quick and easy death after all the evil you've done? It's not that easy, Li Xiao. The punches before was for Li Ling and Tang Xuan. And this is for you trying to kill me all those years ago. 10 years ago on that day, I already repaid the kindness you showed me by feeding me. We're even now.
Is this your punishment for me?
It's true that you're not a hero, but you're not a total coward. Live with the guilt, and use the feeling of guilt to become someone better. Life is long. You still have a chance to be the good person you've always wanted to be.
So in reality, once again, this is another game where there's shadow characters. Okay, I know what you're saying. That is not a shadow character. That was someone who gained Esper-like powers by just consuming a strange liquid. What is that strange liquid? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now. There are actually some details that are missing from the clipboard entirely, and that is all going to be its own video, which will come out tomorrow, because all I did is that, I'm going to warn you now, that video is solely the rest of the fights that we didn't touch in the main 3 chapters, the remaining question mark chests related to that, and a puzzle. Now, there are 2 puzzles in chapter 3. One of them you need to think, but that took over an hour to think, so I said, let's not show that puzzle. But the other puzzle was a lot more simpler, so you guys will see it. I did take a picture of the other puzzle that will be mentioned later, but anyway, I should probably mention why I called Li Xiao shadow characters. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, you can leave the video now, because all this is just me talking about some characters from the Fire Emblem franchise. Mostly Fire Emblem heroes. Now, shadow characters I nicknamed after I saw shadow Pokemon from Pokemon Go. And of course the original games where the shadow Pokemon originated from. In Fire Emblem Heroes, you can use characters that have been consumed by darkness. For example, which is going to be some spoilers, you can play as 3 of these characters, which I picked at random, so I don't know if they're... Anyway, the first one you can play is Grima, which I love to call Shadow Robin. I'm joking, I just call him Grima because it's easier to do, plus he has the giant chaos... No, chaos... What was it? The Fell Dragon! Jeez, I forgot the name. Okay, it's been I'm gonna tell you, it's been years since I've last played Awakening. So, I've forgotten. Anyway. So, the Fell Dragon Grima. You could play as him or her based on the gender character, because there's a even split between the 2. You've got the first one, which was male, which was the first one that you can encounter. There's the female variation, which is a legendary hero. There is, I believe it's the Halloween variation. There's another variation. I think that's another Halloween one. I don't remember, but there was a male alternate skin. And, I'm not joking about this one, we also have the rearmed Fell Dragon Grima, which I will say is really cool looking. So yeah, but that's one character. The second character is known as what I gave the nickname of Shadow Brakut from Fire Emblem Gaiden and Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. Now, the reason why I named him this is because I think it's because the shadowy aura that's around him. Now, I'm not 100% sure because it's been years since I last played it, but I think the shadowy aura appears on him as his boss fight, because you have to fight him using the same weapon that he has. Like, he's got the weapon that he wields in the game. And, yeah. So, Shadow Brakut is a menace unless you enjoy sacrificing HP of your allies. That's what he does as his weapon. But the big one is the first ever Shadow character I ever encountered in Fire Emblem history, which was Fire Emblem Fates Shadow Takumi, as I like to call him. He is the guy who wields Skadi, and he is the final boss of Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. Yes, he is the final boss, similar to Grima, who is the final boss of Awakening. Echoes. Shadow Berkut is, I believe, someone confirmed this with me, but he's either the second to last boss or he's the third to last boss. He is one of the last few bosses you encounter before the final boss, which is Duma. So yeah. Shadow Takumi, on the other hand, I saw him before all the other shadows, because Grima I classify as his own character. Shadow Takumi, I shall explain the scenario. So if you don't want to hear the spoilers of Fire Emblem Fates, leave now. Although I already spoil... Actually, no, I'll spoil Bakut as well. So leave now if you don't like spoilers of the Fire Emblem universe. Because I'm not going to talk about Grima, because here's the thing. Grima is another version of Robin. But I don't know the lore behind him, so I can't do anything about that. But Berkut and Takumi, I can do that. So, Shadow Takumi. If you pick the Conquest path, what happens is Takumi jumps off the side of the Great Wall. I forgot the name of the wall, but it's a giant wall. He jumps off and vanishes. As soon as you defeat the corrupted version of... Crap, what's his name? Garen! I forgot it was King Garen! Damn it, how did I forget? Maybe it's because I don't use him often and I'm like, I forget. Anyway, so after you slay King Garen as a giant pile, I'm not kidding, as a Revenant, I nearly said a giant pile of sludge, but Revenant form, Takumi becomes the final boss, breaks the sword, the Yato, I think it's the Grim Yato? Yes, I was correct, the Shadow Yato. If you pick the other variations, we're not going to talk about those because you can't get them in that path, but I'm getting names mixed up, but Shadow Takumi appears and breaks the Shadow Yato. Ryoma and the original Takumi use the Fujinumi to reincarnate the Shadow Yato. Oh, so you can fight Shadow Takumi. Now, I will warn you, he does have a companion fighting alongside him, and it's the duplicate of him as well. But yeah, anyway. Shadow Berkut is the last one we're going to talk about. And what happens is he sacrifices his lover to Duma to gain all this power. That's the easiest way I could say it with, the limited amount of time my phone has, sadly. So, yeah, anyway, I am terribly sorry I've taken up most of this video just talking about Fire Emblem, because here's the thing. It is one of my favorite series in Nintendo's history. So, thank you guys so much for watching this entire series. It's a major improvement. The Truth Unveiled, probably my second favorite event to the Static Shock, which was my first favorite, because it's got 4 chapters. The Truth Unveiled is now second place, and third place I haven't got confirmed yet, but I will talk about that more tomorrow, providing that I'm not busy. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If so, hit the like button down below, subscribe if you have subscribed to the bell icon down below, and leave a comment down below and tell me, what rank did you place against the raid boss Yon Xuan, which I mixed up and thought it was Yung Chang? I think I know why, because I was reading something to do with Changpo. Anyway, I will see you all.